an incarcerated individual at Hayes State Prison. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. Please note, due to recent federal legislation, some of our services may have changed. Please visit securoushelp.com and search FCC order for details. Thank you. To accept charges, press 1. To refuse charge, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
What's that word, man? Today we got Rashad Jamal with us, man. He a figure who has inspired many with, his spiritual teachings, but at the same time, he been at the center of controversy. So now we got on here, we got a raw, honest conversation, finna dive into the truth, let them know what's going on. Rashad Jamal, what's that word?
Peace, God, man. Peace to God, the guys of Planet God, man. Peace, King Positive Energy. Y'all Chris Elevation, man. What's up, 16? What it do, man?
It's long overdue, man. I remember you had reached out a minute ago. I kind of wasn't really too familiar back then, though. I had knew your name and shit, but I had just went through a rabbit hole, everything tied to you, and it's a lot, man. I don't know where to start.
Right, for sure. Yes, I'm definitely a lot.
For the people that might not know you, I just want you to give us like a little intro. Take us back to the beginning. What was your life like before the teachings and shit and the platform you got?
Pretty much just like collagen on crack. It's like liquid gold. Really good time to stock up. The jars are the best. That's what I use at home.
Originally, man, I come out of Chicago, man. I'm from 1100. That's the D's in the Noble. That's the Brandy Green area. My mama and them born and raised in the projects. And, when they start the gentrification process, like they're doing a lot of communities, you know what I'm saying? We moved down to the D's in the Noble, you know what I'm saying? That's 1100. That's why I'm born and raised Chicago. Went to school out west, Mason Elementary, you know what I'm saying? Definitely, participated in the music, you know what I'm saying? Did my thing in high school in sports and shit like that, run track, playing basketball. Definitely focus on the rap, that's what the heart was at. You know what I'm saying? So that's really how things started for me, you know what I'm saying? And just really coming up in the streets, man, and being a product of, the environment of Chicago, being a product of the rap, you feel me?
So was it like a specific moment or event that led to you, speaking about things you're speaking on? Like I hear you speaking on being like a celestial being and stuff like that. And can you also break that down and explain to people what that is?
Oh yeah, for sure. So basically to be 100 with y'all, I always was, tapped in, I always had my third eye open, God. I always was trying to spread truth, but at the same time, growing up in Chicago, the environment where I come from, you know how it is, like in our city, the vibration's real low. We see a lot of negativity. We grew up around a lot of violence, you know what I'm saying? So growing up like that, a lot of my homies, who when I try to tell them about, black activism or how we need to come together and improve the enemy, they wasn't trying to hear that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? So what I ended up doing was I ended up like silencing myself. I ended up basically, falling into the peer pressure of growing up in the streets of the rap of Chicago. So I always been around, I always been loyal. So my homies was in the street life and gang banging, so that's what I had turned to support my homies and just to survive in everyday life. So I did that for a long time, and eventually, that led to me being incarcerated in like 2012 on the first degree attempt murder. When I beat that case in trial, come home 2016, I vowed to change my life around because I learned a lot and seen a lot. But I still hadn't fully started like teaching publicly yet and nothing like that. Like what I became known for as a poet, a philosopher, a spiritual guru, and any of that. That ain't started to 2020. What inspired that though was when George Floyd got killed by the police. So when he got killed by the police, it was like an overflow of the emotions that I felt within myself because he wasn't the first person to get killed by the police or nothing like that, but it was like back to back. We had a lot of incidents, over that 10-year period from like 2010 to 2020 where the police was killing us and it was getting a lot of media attention. So when I seen George Floyd, down like that on that camera with the knee to the neck by the officer, that just made me say, fuck it. I'm like, man, we've been killing each other forever. So we fight each other, killing each other, man, when the real enemy killing us. So I end up, as you know, the protests broke out all over the country. It started in Minnesota, and I was in Atlanta. I moved to Atlanta in 2017. So I was in Atlanta when the protests hit. So I went downtown Atlanta, and I was on the front line of the protests. And, I watched the police beat old women, women that was just sitting down trying to say, Black Lives Matter. I've seen that firsthand. You know what I'm saying? They clubbing our elderly women and our younger women. I watched that. So then us, the men out there, we stopped fighting the police back. And, we took a beat. You know what I'm saying? They got on our ass. They 12. But what really pissed me off and got me going was when I got back home and I turned the news on and I seen how they had flipped the narrative. Like, they just made it seem like we was downtown Atlanta riding and doing all that. And that wasn't the case. Everything started off as a peaceful protest until they started putting their hands on the elderly women and beating them with the club, with their nightclubs and spraying everybody and shit like that. So I was just so frustrated. I ended up going live on Facebook and I was just speaking out about how we've been out here being oppressed for so long, and they want us to believe that oppression is over with, but that's really not the truth. And I just started, just going in about the subject, speaking passionately, and letting know, like, listen, I'm ready to die for our freedom because I grew up in the streets gang banging, and there was a million nights where I put my life on the line for my homies, for my hood, and I was willing to die for less. So that's a real purpose and a real cause that we need to be fighting for, just like our elders did, our ancestors did before us. And when I did that, it had maybe it ended up going viral on Facebook. And then the next day, everybody's like, man, that was some real shit. You need to go live again. You need to go live again. So I ain't with this going live shit. But at that time, I'm still focused on rapping. COVID had just hit, so the whole world was kind of like on pause. And then, I ended up going live the next day. And then I ended up with 50 people on the live. And they go live again. I went live the next day. The next day was 100 people. In a week, God, it just took off almost overnight. Now 500, 600, 700 people on the live. And now it went from me talking about police brutality to me talking about ancient Egypt and ancient Kemet. And, how this our land and how, black folks never came on slave ships and how we actually the original Indians and how we divine beings and, that led to me teaching people that we divine beings and basically, us being divine beings because us being black folks, but the reason we the black and Latino community is because we got carbon in our skin. So I got to do my research, and if you do your research, carbon is the basis on which all life is formed. You know what I'm saying? So as black people, that's why our skin is actually black because of the carbon in our skin. And I was researching. I'm like, man, I know it's been a lot of racism from white America. Not all white folks bad though, but there's been a lot of racism from some of them. And I'm trying to figure out it can't be because of our skin complexion. You know what I'm saying? So as I kept researching, going deeper and deeper, I found out that we got carbon in our skin. We give life to the sun. And the sun gives life to us, and the sun gives life to everything on the planet. But when Caucasians step in the sun, they get them cancer and kill them. But I thought it did that to all of us because that's what they taught us in school growing up. And doing my research, no, they don't have souls. They only have spirits, and they don't have an open pineal gland, which is the third eye, which sits between your two eyebrows, the actual gland in our brain, called the pineal gland, the third eye. So it makes sense why in ancient Egypt they always showed the one eye symbolism. So as I'm going deeper and deeper, I start meditating and just researching, and it just led to this awareness of why they hated us so much over the years and how we used to live in ancient Africa, ancient Kemet, ancient Egypt compared to how we is today, and how Chicago and Detroit, LA, and all these cities used to be ancient tribal locations. For example, Chicago is named after Chief Chicago, which was the chief of the Illinois Confederacy. You know what I'm saying? Chief Chicago, Chief Black Hawk. So, coming out the city, I'm like, hold on. We got hockey teams, called the Black Hawks and shit. So I'm like, oh, that's why they call the hockey team the Black Hawks. Oh, that's why they call it Chicago. Then I found out that the Illinois Confederacy was one of the most powerful tribes. And then I found out that these were all black people. You know what I'm saying? These wasn't no Indians, we the Indians. And then, that's why, if you ask your grandmama or you go back a couple generations, every black person will be like, I got some Indian in me, but that's because we the Indians. We was Cherokees, Sequoia, we was different tribes. Just back in the 1800s, 1700s, we was all these different tribes, and they lied to us in history in their school, got us thinking that we was all in Africa. So as all this shit was coming out and being revealed, it made sense to why they hate us, because okay, they came and took the land from us, enslaved us in our land, you know what I'm saying, named all these cities after our ancient words. Like Chicago was an ancient word for power, or powerful. Chicago means powerful. You know what I'm saying? It was a tribal word that we spoke. Yeah, it was a tribal word that we spoke. And actually, Lake Michigan was the place where they buried a lot of our ancestors at. That was an ditch, an open grave where they dumped our bodies that we was going to war with them. We was going to war with these with these what they call the Spanish conquistadors, or what we know as the slave masters of today that took the land from us. So you get to finding out like, okay, this is how we were building the pyramids because we were so tapped in with nature and everything around us. Like I say, our ability to channel the energy of the sun is next level because, we have this carbon in our skin. So then that explains why we faster than them, why we more athletic than them, why our babies start walking before theirs. It explains a lot, why they don't want to grow our ether out. It just took me on this long, deep journey. And I just started feeding that back to the people, God. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I started finding out that we actually gods. You know what I'm saying? Because we are children of Almighty God, which is why even Jesus said in the Bible that ye are gods and all of you are children of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Because Jesus was actually black, but they paid him as white. So you get to see the impact of white supremacy and how they took everything from us and put their face on it. You know what I'm saying? You got Mount Rushmore with a bunch of white faces, but ain't nobody white discovered nothing over here in America. You know what I'm saying? Everything was taken from us. And this is how we had the movements in the 60s and stuff like that, where our people was more well before they started bringing the drugs in our communities in the 80s, and then the drugs turned all the gangs into gangs, because all the gangs started off as organizations to protect the community, the GDs and the Blackstones, the F4, and them, and the Latin Kings, and the Crips, and the Bloods, So it just took me on this long journey, man, and I'm like, okay, so this is why they hate us, this is why they oppress us, this is why they keep us against each other. You know what I'm saying? And I just started feeding it to the people, and it was a lot of information that just a lot of people didn't know, and I didn't know that people know, and then it just grew. It became like a university, and everybody started tuning in, and then I just started going viral. Everybody started sharing the videos, and sitting around with their families watching this by the thousands. You know what I'm saying? YouTube to TikTok to Facebook to Instagram. And that's when I stopped calling us niggas. Like, what's good, bro? What's good, nigga? What's good? On phone now. Like, I might still slip over to say that sometimes. I'm from the streets, right? But when I recognize that the black man and the black woman is actually we gods, and even Jesus himself said that Jesus was a black man who the church killed because he was teaching these things, that's when I'm like, oh, we gods because we created everything. We are not Almighty God, but we are children of the original Almighty God, which makes us gods. Even Elijah Muhammad taught that originally in the Nation of Islam. You know what I'm saying? And Yahweh ben Yahweh, and Dr. York said in Clarence 13X to the 5%. So if I got to going back in the noble Drew Ali's and the Moorish Science Temple of America was teaching this, and they come out of from under Marcus Garvey, and they were teaching this. So it was like, hold on, these are ancient teachers that we been knew, but they separated us from them teachers. Because growing up in Chicago, bro, I know that I was aware of a lot of this shit, but I didn't know it at the depth that I know it now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like growing up, all I thought was like, man, I'm another nigga. My bros, my gang, my hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, your ass ain't GD, nigga, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I grew up. I'm thinking that if you ain't GD, you ain't done these ranks, you out. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when I see the shorties doing it now, I don't even judge them. I just try to lead them because I know that we suffer from a lack of knowledge of self. So when we kill each other, it's like, it ain't because a motherfucker continually know who their enemy is. You know what I'm saying? Well, a lot of us just, you don't know. And when I see that was my whole to fulfill, because we all got a purpose, God. So I just fully embraced it, and I know what came with it. I'm like, I know when you step in that role, history shows that anybody that has ever stood up against white supremacy, spoke out against oppression, they all end up assassinated. They all end up political prisoners, man. You know what I'm saying? So I knew what came with it, but like I say, coming out the streets, motherfucker risk their lives for less every day. My teen years was spent gang banging and robbing and doing all this shit. I could lost my life every day. I was in the county doing the gang banging heavy, could have lost my life. Got stabbed even 8 times before when the neck went out. Either got stabbed in the face and the head, all that, like just fighting over dumb shit, but not fighting the real bully. So I just wholeheartedly embraced that, and a lot of people started looking at me like a revolutionary. They're like, man, we guys, I ain't know that, because I received a lot of backlash for that at first. I'm like, man, we ain't know God, especially the goddesses. I ain't know God. What the fuck is wrong with you, lame ass nigga? I'm like, hold on, don't think of the nigga on this YouTube trying to enlighten you that the nigga don't come from this shit for real. I come from this shit for real. I was like one of the worst of the worst. I did it all. I done sold drugs. I done been strung out on drugs. I done shot motherfuckers. I done been shot at. I done stabbed if I been stabbed. I done game bang. I done robbed. I done cut. I used to smoke cigarettes. I used to smoke blacks. Drink the 211. Drink all that shit. I done did that. I was strung out on X. I done did all that shit.
Guys, you know I like to lift big, but sometimes I need to be a little bit more efficient, especially when I'm pressed for time. So,
but it's about real growing. It's about growing. Life is about development. So as I begin to develop and mature, but I'm in my 30s. I can't do the same shit I was doing when I was in my 20s or when I was 15. You know what I'm saying? 16. So that just came with maturity. And once I used the history to prove that we gods and what we is, and I ain't coming back from it. Now I'm full force, like, no, we gods. I'm telling you what we is at the core. We have spirit, soul. We divine beings. We luminous beings. You know what I'm saying? We nine ether beings because we are composed of nine ethereal elements. You know what I'm saying? The black / Latino woman and man, which is why we receive all the hatred and we are attacked the most because we are the aboriginal beings of the land. You know what I'm saying? So they took the land from us and we classified us as African Americans.
You have 1 minute left.
Latin Americans and shit like that. So that's where the divine being come from, and that's why I say peace God or peace goddess. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I want to call you what you are at your highest potential, even if he don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Even if he think he ain't looking at himself as nothing but just game never fold him, I'm still gonna let him know he a God. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was a shorty, ain't nobody tell me that. You know what I'm saying? Or she might look at herself as a bad bitch. That's okay. She's in that mentality right now, but I'm gonna let her know she a goddess because I'm gonna call you what you are at the core. And there ain't nothing that you can't do. I'm gonna let you know what you are, what God created, what Almighty God or Allah or whatever title you want to use created you to be. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that title comes with me calling us God and acknowledging that within us, you know?
You could let us know the difference between a spirit and a soul?
For sure. I know it's gonna click off my car right back, but basically, alright, so within the body, you have a lot
Thank you for using Securus. Goodbye.
Yeah, we back, God. We back.
Alright, we back, bro.
I gotta ask you a question. You got, you know what you're doing, shit. You pro, you professional, shit.
So before we got cut off, I was asking you like, what's the difference between a spirit and a soul? Because I think a lot of people believe they're the same thing and use the words, as the same word.
Yeah, man, that's a great question. So basically, and I was the same way, I at a point I used to think the same thing, but basically, okay, so what we see is our bodies. That's just our vehicle. This is just the flesh. So because we have been programmed by those who oppress us, those who took the land from us, to believe that we are just flesh, it's hard to decipher what's the difference between the spirit and the soul. Whereas anciently, before they came to the land and took the land from us and put us on drugs and divided us against each other, we knew this in ancient Egypt and ancient Africa. Our ancestors knew this difference. But basically, when you look in the mirror and you see what you're looking at is flesh, what you're looking at is your vehicle, but that's not the real you. The real you is the spirit and soul and mind. That's all within you. That's the spiritual you. That's the God in you. That's why they say it's life after death, because science proves that energy never dies. Energy dissipates, which means it just takes on a different form. So it's just like when you see a banana, right? The banana is not the banana peel. The banana is inside the peel. You have to peel the banana down to get to the actual banana. It's the same thing with us. This body that we are in, legs, arms, head, this is your vehicle to move around on this planet with, right? This planet they call Earth, which is basically known as Planet Pi, but I'll expound on that later. But they call this planet Earth. So this body is just it's just your vehicle. Just like a car riding down the street. You see a motherfucker riding in a car, you know what I'm saying? Like, they are not, the real person is inside the car, controlling the car, but they are not the car. It's the same thing with your body. So the real you is your spirit, your soul, and your mind. Now, the spirit is composed of electricity. The spirit is electrical, right? The soul is composed of magnetism. The soul is magnetic. So this is how, when you meet somebody, they have a magnetic personality, right? And you gravitate to that person. Or you might see a goddess. You're like, damn, it's just something about her that pulled me to her. That's her soul. Or you might walk in the room 16 and you got that glow to you that be like, man, who is, even if they don't know you, man, he got to be somebody. He got to be some type of public figure because and most public figures and celebrities got that, what they call charisma, but that's really your soul. It's a thing. It's the magnetism of your soul. Your soul is really a magnet. So this is why in our food, for example, they put magnesium in the food, because you have your soul is literally a magnet, and your soul also is what's known in spirituality is omniscient. Omniscient means it's all knowing. It can never be lied to, because your soul is what the Almighty God gave you. Your soul was here before your body existed, before the planet itself existed. Your soul existed.
That's what I want to get into with that.
Our soul.
My bad for cutting you off.
Yeah, no,
You should switch to 1-800-CONTACTS because it's
super easy.
So cheap.
I save shipping costs. I save doctor office visit fees.
It was cheaper on.
No, you good, God. Our souls know all truth. For example, if something ain't right, 16, you gonna feel that shit in your gut. A motherfucker ain't lie to you because you gonna get that what they call a gut feeling, right? That's because your soul is inside your gut. This they don't tell us though. They don't tell us like why we get that gut feeling. You know when a motherfucker lying to you. You know when something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? You get that feeling in your stomach. You feel it in your stomach. Well, that's your soul. It knows all truth, so it can never be lied to. So it's gonna alert you if something's not right. Now, your spirit, the spirit is electricity. Your spirit is when you walk in the room. Say somebody died, right? And you walk in the room, you ain't got to know nobody died, because everybody in that room, their spirit is going to be so low that means the electricity is going to be low. You're going to feel that when you walk in the room, like, damn, somebody died, what's wrong? Or just like if it's somebody's birthday or they solar return and they turned up, they kicking it, they in high spirits, so they giving off. I mean, they are generating a bigger electrical force from their spirit, and you gonna feel that too. You know what I'm saying? So your spirit is electricity, your soul is magnetism, and now your spirit, your soul is omniscient, meaning it's all knowing. However, your spirit is omnipresent. Omnipresent meaning it's all pervasive, meaning it is everywhere, it's everything. So you are not just 16 shadows. You the plants, you the animals, you the minerals, you connected to me, you connected to everything, you connected to everything around you, because God created everything. So this is where the saying comes from, that God is everywhere. You know, we hear that corner like that, God is everything, God everywhere, because God created everything. So that part of spirit that God has, because God is spirit, soul, and mind, He placed that spirit and soul in all of us. So that spirit is what connects you to the Creator, and connects you not just the Creator, but to everything around you. So your spirit and your soul and your mind, that's what makes up your consciousness. That's the only thing that's inside your body, controlling your body. Like, a lot of people think that the brain and the mind is the same thing, but it's not. The brain is a physical thing. They can like go inside your skull and pull your brain out your head. But your mind cannot be, they can't do that with your mind. Your mind is a spiritual thing. The mind, the spirit, the spirit tells the soul what to do. The soul tells the mind what to do, and the mind tells the brain, and the brain tells the rest of the body. You get me? So like, even a basic movement, God, like, just like, man, you know what, I'm finna get up today and roll up this wood. Okay, your body have to go through movements to get up and even grab that wood. It's the whole process, and that started with your soul, with your spirit. Your spirit was like, you know what, I'm in the mood to smoke. So let me tell the soul, hey, I want smoke. Now your soul is like, okay, let me communicate this to the mind. Now your mind gets that and communicates that to the brain. The brain gets in and communicates to your legs and your arms and everything, or you start moving so you can go pick up this wood and roll it. You see what I'm saying, God? So that's what we are at the core, beneath the flesh. So that's why all the different religions, whether it's Islam or Christianity or wherever you want to go, the Torah, I mean, so many different religions, Judaism, they all come back to saying that, you know, they talk about the spirit and how there's life after death, and how, God created everything and He's in everything. That's just because that's what you are. You are one with that source. You know what I'm saying? And actually, if you look back into ancient Africa, in our true Black history, not American history, right? Because in school we learned American history, so we learned their version of this shit. And we got to know that we can't trust nobody that lied to us, raped our ancestors. I mean, these people raped our ancestors, right? Killed our granddaddies, killed our grandmamas, and stole the land. So why should we believe and trust anything they got to say? You know what I'm saying? These people still telling us that Columbus stole America. We all know that ain't true. But yet, they still teaching this shit to us, taught it to our mama, teaching it to our kids. So we got to sit and think like, why are we believing anybody that's going to lie to us one time? If I lie to you one time right now, 16 people, you shit that's coming out of my mouth. But it's funny how these white folks lie to us, and you walk up and we walk up and we try to tell our fellow Black brothers and sisters, like, hey, look, you this, you that, you a God, you created that, you created this, and ain't nothing you can't do. They ain't trying to hear that shit. That's how program they got us. But a white person tell them they going to believe it. You know what I'm saying? So it just comes down to to understand that because this to go back to this divine being thing, like you have a spirit, soul, and mind. You know what I'm saying? Your mind is something that they cannot tamper with, right? In order to tamper with your mind, they have to tamper with your soul. So that's why they enslaved us physically, and then they came up with the drugs to enslave us spiritually, and with religion to enslave us spiritually, to further mislead us and direct us off the path of knowing that we one with God, we are children of God. So so how can you not be a God? You know, you got motherfuckers out there like, man, I ain't no God. How? If you're a child of God, how can you not be a God? That's just common sense. Like, if a turtle has a motherfucking baby turtle, what we gonna call that baby? A baby turtle. We're not gonna say that turtle's child is something different than what it's a baby turtle. So if you're God's child, then you can only be a baby God. So that's what I mean when I say we gods and goddesses. And you know what I'm saying? We're not all God, but we are gods, though. You know what I'm saying? And the Bible backs it up. Jesus Christ himself said that, and that's why they persecuted and tried to kill him too. You know what I'm saying? Because he was teaching that same ideology that we gods and goddesses. You know what I'm saying? That ye are gods and all of you are children of the Most High. So all of that whole ideology falls under the spirit, soul, and the mind, and that's the difference between the spirit and the soul. And if you also, it's something called Neoplatonic thought, right? That a lot of people might know about. Like people might have heard of Plato. He's like a Greek philosopher, right? But it's something called Neoplatonic thought, which basically is when Plato was the one that came up with the idea that God is separate from man. Like before Plato came up with that, and Plato was Caucasian, we always knew in ancient Egypt and ancient Africa, ancient Kemet, that we were one with God. We are one with Source. There's no separation. But after they enslaved us, Plato was the one that changed that and said that no, God is not inside you. God is up in the heavens. And by doing that, now it disconnects you from Source. You know what I'm saying? Just like if you in the crib and it's a phone in the crib, if you want to make a call, the phone right in your room, 16, all you have to do is grab your phone and call out. But if I can come in your house and make you believe that phone ain't in your room, that phone, if you live on the south side, that phone all the way up north. Now in your mind, you thinking like, damn, if I want to call out, I got to hop on the bus, I hop in the car, drive all the way up north to get the phone to call out. When the whole time the phone right in your room. That's the reason why they lied to us and told us that God is outside of us. And so many generations after they enslaved us, we grew up believing that God is in the heavens and not inside of us, and not knowing the difference between the spirit and the soul and the mind, and not knowing why life after death is a real thing. Like you'll never die. The soul and spirit is immortal. That'll never die. Your flesh will die. That's why they tell you in religion, in the Bible, your body don't go back to the dust, but the spirit and the soul, they'll live forever. And that's what you is. Your conscience, the things you like, the things you're into, that's all a part of your soul. Your characteristics, that's all come from your soul, your spirit,
So
and your mind.
do some people have like memories from they soul? Cause I be hearing some people say like I've been here before, shit like that, and they talk as if they remember a past life. Like is are some people capable of having memories from their soul versus others?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like you see, none of these souls out here are new. Like, we have all been to this planet over and over again. Like, we have all experienced multiple lifetimes on this planet. It's called reincarnation. And reincarnation is a real thing. Even in the Bible, the prophet Elias, they go about reincarnation in the Bible for the people who don't believe in reincarnation. Like, you go look at the Bible in the Gospel, in Mark and Luke and Jesus' story, and when Jesus came and he started teaching, the first thing that people said is he must be John the Baptist reincarnated, or he must be the prophet Elias reincarnated. You know what I'm saying? So that's proof that reincarnation was already understood. But yes, reincarnation is a real thing because the soul and the spirit travels to different bodies. Like, once this body is over, when you do live in your experience in this lifetime, your soul and your spirit is going to go on and go to a different body if it has to come back here, or if it chooses to come back here, or if not, it'll ascend and go up to the heavens and the cosmos and go on to complete your next mission, whatever that may be. So this is why they tell you that there is nothing new under the sun, because all these souls, there's no new souls here on this planet. Like, we just take on new embodiments. We just reincarnate and come back in different forms. And especially if like, let's say you had, okay, it's three things that'll keep you coming back, because you're not supposed to keep coming back, right? You're supposed to come here, fulfill your soul contract, and whatever your purpose is, Almighty God gave each and every one of us a soul contract. So your soul contract is what we would call down your gift. You know, your purpose, your gift. Okay, but once you come down and fulfill your gift, you fulfill your gift, fulfill your purpose, and then you move on. But however, because we are in a spiritual war with Satan, who wants to keep us here, because remember, they were kicked in the Bible. They tell you Satan was kicked out the heavens, and he took half of the heavens with him. They tell you it was a third, but he took more than that. So where did they send them to? They teach you in religion that they sent them down here to the planet. So that's why so much evil, and they living this evil out through the people. You got fallen angels and all the evil spirits here, and they jumping in bodies, right? So if you keep in mind that the body is just a vehicle, now you can understand why some motherfuckers just naturally do evil shit. You might have a person in your family, you ain't never did nothing to them, but they always talking bad about you. They always doing some foul shit. Or you got somebody you show you was loyal to him, this nigga talk behind your back, or you was loyal to her, she want to go fuck your homie. Where that come from? Well, that's because an evil spirit got in her in that moment. Just like you might do some foul shit, and then you calm down later, like, damn, I was wrong, I was bogus. That wasn't even me. That's because at that moment, an evil spirit got in you, or a fallen angel got in you. You know what I'm saying? That's why they tell you in Ephesians. I like to quote the Bible a lot because I don't want to lose people, and I know a lot of people out there are familiar with the Bible. But in Ephesians, they tell you that for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, the spiritual wickedness in high places. You have to put on the whole armor of Almighty God, right? They telling you that because you have to protect your temple. The body is a temple. It can house up to 1,000 spirits, God. So you got your spirit and soul in your body, but you can also allow another spirit in your soul, and another spirit, not soul, but another spirit inside of your body. And in that moment, that's when you do shit and say shit that you really do not mean. So the body has always just been a temple. That's why you might have heard of exorcisms, like when it happened to white folks, the devils take over them so bad they have to get an exorcism. They bring priests in, they trying to get these spirits out. That's a real thing, God. Like, that ain't just a movie. Like, that's a real thing. You know, when you become possessed. And I know you could think of it, it's been a time when you got mad, man, and you said some shit, did some shit, and you calm down. You're like, damn, why I do that, man? That wasn't even me, not even me. Because it wasn't you. A spirit entered you. So I say all that to say that, yes, reincarnation is real. These souls and these spirits just come in new bodies. So you got a lot of souls where they come here and they get stuck here because there's three things that's gonna keep you coming back on this planet: unfulfilled material desires, unfinished karma. You see what I'm saying? Or if you volunteer to return, lack of knowledge yourself. So unfulfilled material desires is one of the main reasons people come back and reincarnate on this planet. So let me give you an example. Like, say you had a goal to make $100 million in your life, and you was possessed by that goal. And then you get in a car accident or something bad happens, something happens, and you end up transcending, you end up passing the fate. Well, your soul, because the way the universe works, the moment a soul has a desire, it's a universal law that it must be fulfilled. I'm going to repeat that. Once a soul has a desire, God, it's a universal law that it must be fulfilled. So if you desire something and you don't receive what you desire in this lifetime, your soul is going to, remember your soul is a magnet now, it's going to automatically pull itself back here just so it can fulfill what it desires. That's why they teach you must work on banishing all material desires so that you can move on once the stage we call death comes, because if not, you coming right back. Also, unfinished karma, like, you know, whatever we send out come back to us, right? So the reason that is true is because I'm you and you me 16. So if I slap you 16, somebody gonna slap me. If I steal from you 16, you might not steal from me, but then a year later somebody steal from me. So the only reason that happens, the only reason karma is real, karma is just there to remind us that we are all connected, we not separated. You know what I'm saying? So unfinished karma is another thing that will pull you back here. Like, if you do a lot of negative shit and you don't cleanse that up in this lifetime, that'll pull you back here too. Right? That'll pull you back here. So this is how a lot of souls keep reincarnating and coming back here. This is why you got things in your life that you might be scared of and you don't even know where it come from. Whole time you scared of heights, but that means that's because of your last lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Your last lifetime, you was on a plane and it crashed. And when you came back here, they bleached the soul of his memory. So you don't remember your past life all the way. You just got little memories in your soul. Your soul, like, yeah, I remember not liking these heights, and now you like, I'm scared of heights. Or you got some people that's allergic to certain things. They allergic to seafood. Well, in your past life, you know, you was doing something in the sea, and you might have died in that sea. So now in this lifetime, you allergic to seafood. It sets off a trigger in your body because your soul remembers that. Because remember, the soul knows all truth. The soul is deep. So this is why reincarnation is a real thing, God, and this is how it pretty much works. So this is why you got the saying there's nothing new under the sun, because everybody we come across in this lifetime, they've already been here before. They've been here a couple times. So you're gonna naturally do things in this lifetime that you did in some of your past lives. And this is why you look at what was going on in the 60s, we doing that same shit today. You look at what was going on back in the 1800s, they were doing that in the 60s. You go way back to ancient Egypt, they were doing that shit. In the 1800s, they was doing ancient Egypt. Like, ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Nothing new, but it's only because all these souls keep reincarnating and coming back, and you hold these memories in. And the more you work on yourself, the more you start to mature, you start to unlock those memories. So that's how reincarnation works, reflection.
So are you do you know anything about like archons and the firmament?
You said archons and the government?
And the firmament. Like
the firmament. Yeah, for sure.
I was watching a video and they was saying something like archons supposed to be like something that's supposed to spread misinformation and keep people stuck on Earth, and the Earth was a prison planet or something like that.
Nah, that's a fact, because
you have 1 minute left.
Because we are in a spiritual war. We are in a spiritual war, God. This is why the archons do what they do. The archons basically are just another word for fallen angels, and the evil ones that sided with Satan. So what they do is they create an electrical force field around the planet, because remember, we are electricity and magnetism. So they got under what's called Lyco lockdown, which is where they got all these electrical force fields around the planet to stop our soul and our spirit from receiving the cosmic information and the cosmic downloads that we get from the heavens, from the angels and from gods and the gods and stuff like that. This is why it's hard for us to connect to that source. But it's become a lot easier since 2020 because the planets aligned and there's been a crack in what's known as the frequency barrier. But yeah, they use music, the vibrations in music, movies, what they place in the food, what they spray in the air. All that's a part of the lockdown. And this is what the archons do. Archons is just another word for evil spirits.
Thank you for using Securus. Goodbye.
Yeah, we back. My bad.
Yeah. So yeah, we had left off. I was asking you about the archons and the firmament.
Oh yeah, for sure. So basically, you have eons and you have what's known as archons. So anybody that sides with evil, this will be Satan and his kingdom, the fallen angels, the evil spirits, the devils, the fallen extraterrestrial races that we call aliens. You know what I'm saying? All of them left with Satan and the water broke down to heaven. So they are all archons. And then those that stand in righteousness are the eons. You know, that's the angels, the gods, you know, Almighty God, of course, you know, the fairies, and on and on and on. So yeah, these archons, they took over the planet spiritually a long time ago, before time itself even existed, because they are the creators of time. Time is a man-made thing created by the Arcturian race to enslave us within the planet as well. So, like I was saying, it all goes back to us being spirit and soul, electricity and magnetism. That's what we is. So by us being electricity and magnetism, they use frequency and vibration to enslave us. You know, that's why a lot of the music they lower the hertz, they lower the vibration, because that affects us. You know, the lower the vibration, the more negative the energy is. The more negative the energy is, the more they can feed off of our souls and our spirits. Because see, we have something known as cosmic CVE. I call it CVE. Cosmic vibratory energy. That's our real food source. We get that from the sun, from the air we breathe. That's how we receive our true food source. So, meanwhile, they eat the archons because they was kicked out the heavens, right? When the war broke down the heavens, they can't receive that no more. So the only way they can get it now is from us. You know, because we haven't been kicked out. We came to the planet. We were sent down here. You know, we come here as visitors. We wasn't casted here as the fallen were. So what they do is they spread a lot of negative energy, like emotions such as fear. They do things to keep us in fear or anger, sadness, anxiety. All these things lower the vibration, and it causes us to experience negative energy. And once we become negative, now they can feed off that. You know what I'm saying? Because they feed off our force, but off our frequency. Because when we vibrate high, we feeling good. You know, we at peace, truth, unity, happiness. These are high vibrations. So they can't feed off us when we vibrate high, because now we standing in like the vibrations from Almighty God. They can't take that energy. So they need a food source, you know, just like we have a food source. So we end up becoming their food source, and this is why they put the firmament, what's known as the firmament, or what's also known as light code lockdown, where they basically made this electrical cage or jail for the planet and the souls and spirits living in it. The thing is to keep us trapped here. So this is like, remember I was telling you about the reincarnation and how some of us come back as volunteers, but then some of us come back, we keep coming back here because we stuck here, we keep reincarnating, because when we in our lifetime, we don't walk in our purpose, or we do a lot of negative things to keep us right here. And that's what they want you, so that they can feed off of your frequency. So this is why we look at the media. The media is not social media, because we control social media, right? But they control mainstream media. And if you look at mainstream media, every story is going to either make you fearful, sad, angry, depressed. They'll say the stocks is drying up, or they'll show you number of violent stories. And they can very well take care of it and show you stories of good things going on in Chicago, or good things that are going on in these different cities. They purposely show us nothing but violence and negativity, because it keeps you fearful, keeps you angry, keeps you vibrating low. You know what I'm saying? And when you vibrating low, you can't achieve nothing positive. That's what peace stands for. That's why I always say positive energy always creates elevation. Negative energy only lowers your vibration. Like, for example, for you, you're successful right now, 16. You're successful because at some point you had to raise your vibration. Say, you know what, man, I could do anything with my life, but I'm going to use my gift to start a platform to give others a voice like myself, and the others who you blessed to come on your platform and tell our stories and speak what we've been through. And then that provides a way for you, and you provide a way for your family. You could be doing anything in the world. You can do a whole bunch of negative shit. You can get robbed and things. So the fact that you actually got a platform and you doing something positive with your life, yeah, you probably still make mistakes, but that's like, you know, like I know you could be a whole different somebody else. You get what I'm saying? So, but you are only able to do that because you raised the vibration within yourself. But when your vibration is lower, then you can't do nothing but do negative shit. That's why it's a lot of killing in our city, for example. Let's just use Chicago. It's a lot of killing because look what they do with the vibration. They got the vibration so low. That's all we know, but that's all we see. That's all they show to us. And then we absorb that, and now we reflect that back to each other. And then that frustration, we all want to get out. But if you don't know how to get out, or you don't know your purpose, some of us are blessed. You blessed, I'm blessed. But everybody ain't blessed to find out their purpose. Everybody don't, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people go their whole life, God, and they never find their purpose. So now what they do, they end up working 9 to 5, they're miserable, so now they sending that negative energy out, or they just running the streets their whole life. They ain't never became no drug kingpin. They done lost so many homies, so many family members, they just feel like they ain't got nothing to live for, motherfuckers strung out on drugs, and on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? She done had 3 kids by 22, 23, because she been hot. She been hot since she was 13. Now she miserable. Now she want to take it out on every nigga she come across. Now her whole life is just dedicated to ruining niggas because she vibrating low. And we pass that on and on to each other, and it further keeps the vibration low. And that's just how they want it. And a lot of demons and the evil spirits and the fallen entities, these archons, to feed off us, God. Because like I told you, we receive our energy through the sun. That's the whole reason why we eat meat, because the animals receive their energy. We eat animals to receive energy from their flesh. But where do the animals get their energy from? They get their energy from the plant. They eat the plants. And where do the plants get their energy from? They get the energy from the sun. So the plants get it from the sun, and then the animals eat the plants to get the energy from the sun, and then we eat the animals to get the energy from the animals that they get from the plants that they get from the sun. Technically, anciently, we didn't eat animals or plants. We just got the energy straight from the sun. And we trying to get back to that. You see everybody starting to go vegan and people trying to clean up their diet. You see a lot of that because the vibration raising on the planet is rising. We rising. We rise to the point where you got the push and peace movement going on in Chicago. Shit like that. Niggas is trying to somehow come together. You feel me? Yeah. So that's all part of the vibration raising. It ain't going to be overnight, but you can see the steps look at where we was 2020, how the world shifted to where we is going to 2025, God. So that's what all this is about with the firmament and the archons, which is just another name for those who are on the side of evil, on the spiritual level, on the spiritual side of things.
Hey, Philo would like to remind you the TV should be easy.
You know?
So what can you tell us about like the Mayans and shit? Because I seen you say like the Mayans had elevated to another dimension or something like that.
Oh yeah, the Mayans is just a name of one of. Okay, so we was broken up into many tribes. You know, they don't want us to know that, so they try to make it seem like these tribes was around at different periods. But the Egyptians was a tribe, like the Egyptians, the Cherokee, the Sequoia, the Choctaw, the Blackfoot, Redfoot, the Illinois Confederacy, the Apache, the Mayans, the Incas, the Aztecs, the Californians, the Cheyenne, the Wyoming, the Dakota, the Mandingo, you know what I'm saying, the Ashanti. These were all different tribes that we were. We were broken up into many tribes at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? And one of our tribes was known as the Mayans, and what they call South America right now. But these were black gods. The Mayans were black gods, and it's just that we were more advanced because we were into using crystals. We were into meditating. We wasn't eating meat, so we were more connected to the heavens. We were more connected to the cosmos. So we were better able to listen to the angels and the angelic forces when they talked to us, or the spiritual guides when they were there to talk to us. You know, we were more in tune with nature, with the animals, with the plant kingdom, with the mineral kingdom, with the crystals and the stones and the metals, and you know, we were in tune with everything. This is how we were building pyramids. This is how we were building some of these ancient great monuments that have been replicated to this day because of us being in tune and having knowledge of it. So when they took over us, they stripped us of the knowledge and hid the knowledge under places like the Vatican and shit. Like, they still got the knowledge. They just hid it from us, right? So the Mayans achieved a lot of things. Like, the Mayans was just basically, you know, they were keeping a lot of the ancient teachings going. You have so many pyramids all throughout Mexico that was built by the Apache, the Inca, and the Mayans, all the way down to South, all the way down to Brazil. You know what I'm saying? All the way down to Brazil. The Mayans even built underwater cities. You still got a group of Mayans that live in underwater cities called the Hivites. You know, and they showed you this in movies like Black Panther 2. Because you got to remember, these people in Hollywood, they don't, it's ran by these Caucasians, man. They don't have souls. They have spirits. They are soulless beings. So in order to create, you need a soul. You need a soul to create. This is why this is not racist. This is just speaking science. So I have nothing against white folks, other than the ones that's racist toward us. But this is why when the beat come on, it's hard for a Caucasian to get the dance to the beat. They be all beat. We naturally got a natural groove. We catch them motherfuckers because we have a soul. This is why when you taste their food, it's bland. It lacks seasoning, because the season is something you must have an awareness of the herbs. That's the plant. That's the plant kingdom. Actually, because we created the plants. Our great-great-grandmama knew all about the plant, so she went in there, put the herbs and hooked that shit up and passed it down to your mama, all the way down to us today. Black folks, we get in the kitchen go crazy. And it's all because of our seasoning. We can understand to put this herb with that herb. What are herbs? Herbs is plant. That's plant kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the Mayans was just what they were doing is just a small, just a little snippet of what we have done as a whole. When they talk about the Mayan calendar and stuff like that, the Mayans just knew that 2012 was the year when the awakening was started, when the spiritual awakening was started, that we will begin to rise again on the planet. And that's what you see in 2020. That's my role. I'm here to help us remember and help us rise. You get what I'm saying? Like, we all got different roles in what's going on. So that's why the Mayans had the calendar ended in 2012. But at the time, the Gregorian calendar was set back 8 years. So if you set time back 8 years to 2012 is really 2020. And if you look at what the world was in 2019, and then look at the shift, spiritually 2020, until to now, you can see from 2020 to now, it's just been a super shift in the consciousness on the planet. Everybody want to talk about real Black history. Everybody want to meditate, fast, work out. Everybody trying to get vegan. Everybody going to eat there. Motherfuckers trying to push peace and come together. And you can just feel a different energy, but it's because this was already written. by the Mayans anciently that we would come back to this state where the planet comes back to us, the gods, the aboriginal beings of the land. You get what I'm saying? And we recognize who the enemy is, and they know they can no longer trick us into killing each other. You know, the gang's supposed to be protecting the communities. Our women's supposed to be nurturing to the gods, not talking down on us, talking about they don't need no niggas. We supposed to be nurturing to our women, not saying fuck a bitch and she ain't shit. But we like that because that was programmed in us, right? That has been programmed in us over 100-year period. But we going back to where we came from. So the Mayans is just one of the few tribes that they talk about that kind of was advanced. And it's kind of, but all these tribes was advanced. You know, we in these Mayans were not white folk. They was black people. They was niggas. You know, like these niggas, locks, waves, froze, all those us. You know what I'm saying? We had all the gold on. We been rocking jewelry. What you mean? We been rocking the gold and the metal. That's why we do it today. Cause I so remember that shit. We been rocking grills. We cats, piercings, gold. We originated all that. That ain't just start with us. That shit comes from anciently. We been doing this, you know?
Yeah.
Kings and queens. You know what I mean?
So another question I had was where is that?
Guys, are you ready to shred your back and biceps? You'll start this workout with 10 reps of seated rows. I wanted to get a...
Oh, I want to ask you, like, what's your take on like aliens? Because some of the things you say, like, I be doing my research, and this guy named Dr. Stephen Greer, he basically say, you know, he had contact with aliens, and he says all like through the conscious, and we all got one conscious and all communicate. So I want to ask you, like, do you got any knowledge on that? And do you know recently the government actually been admitting to it and saying they've been, you know, finding alien bodies and ships and shit since like the 40s, I believe.
Yeah, fact. I've heard of that. My wife and my team made me aware of that. But yeah, I tell people that before I got incarcerated, that because the energy is rising on the planet, all is being revealed. And, you know, aliens are known as extraterrestrial races. They've been around. They've been here. The government been knew about them. We actually have a group of aliens named the Pleiadians and reptilians that actually run the government. They know it's the shadow government. And the Pleiadians, they look just like Caucasians. See, in movies, they show us aliens as monsters. Well, they did that to make us not believe they existed. But in reality, they look just like us. You got a group called the Pleiadians that look just like Caucasians. They can walk amongst you. You would never, you think it's a regular white person. Oh, that's a Pleiadian. There's another group of aliens, another race known as the Alpha Draconian reptilians. They look like lizard people, but they shapeshifters, so they can shapeshift into a regular human form, and you wouldn't know they walking around you. Then you got extraterrestrial races like the Popotavi that look like us, like black folks. A majority of your extraterrestrial races look just like regular black folks. When they get off them ships, they gonna look just like us. They ain't gonna look like no monsters like they be showing people. You know what I'm saying, on TV? The government do that because they don't want us to know about other planets. They gotta remember, they teach us in school there's only 7 to 9 planets, and they all revolving around the sun, and we the only life on this planet that exists in the whole galaxy. But that's not true. You got 999 planets in this galaxy alone, but they can't let you know that. But when you look at night, the sky, God, you think those stars, those are planets. But they had to lie and tell you they were stars, because if they told you those were planets, then you would naturally be like, hold on, so that all the motherfuckers, that's all planets. We ain't no way we the only ones here. So it's just that now, because the vibration is rising, these extraterrestrial races, they can now show themselves to us because they been here, but they was on a higher frequency. So you can have phases to matter. It's like if you spit like air. Think about air. Air is a phase of matter. Well, gas is a phase of matter. You can't see the air, but it exists though. But it's on a higher vibratory frequency than something that's solid. You know, like a quarter is solid. You can look at a quarter and see it, but because the quarter is on the solid plane, it vibrates slower. Whereas air is on the gas plane, which vibrates faster, so you can't see air, but it exists. So it's the same thing with these aliens. Like they exist on a higher vibration, so we couldn't see them at first. But now that we rising, we on their frequency, so we're on their channel. We can see them. It's just like when you that's where they get the TV from. They got that from us. Like, you got different channels, different planes of existence, God. Like, it's like when you scroll through the TV, you could be on ESPN, you know what I'm saying? But while you on ESPN, it's still something going on BET. Even though niggas we don't watch TV no more, everything social media. While I'm on your YouTube channel 16, while if I'm on your YouTube channel watching one of your interviews, it's still other shit going on different channels on YouTube. But I'm not gonna be able to see that unless I do what? Unless I go tune into that channel. So the same thing with the aliens, right? They've been here, but they was on a different channel. Now because the planet is rising, we tune into their channel. Niggas seeing them now. And they know niggas are seeing them, but people been seeing them though. But now it's overwhelming. So now they gotta come out, oh well, we wanna reveal this aliens, and man, they been here. And a lot of them is on our side. They here to kill these archons and get these negative entities off the planet. That's why the government been hiding that shit so long. But all is being revealed, you know. What's in the dark, like they say, always comes to the light. We moving into what's known as the light right now. Yeah. We in the Aquarius age, so that's what's going on with that. That's why people are seeing them and the government having to reveal it more. You know what I'm saying?
They've been saying it's been like a secret government.
Right now, God, Satan's reign rule is coming to an end, and that's what we are. We are all a witness. We are the last generation. But we witness to all this stuff, though.
You know, they've been saying it's like a secret government that like you know, the main government that we aware of don't even got control over them. Like they live lawlessly, rulelessly, and got power that's way stronger than our government. Like how we got jets and planes and shit, they got shit that could just make everything drop out the sky with energy and, you know, magnetic fields and stuff like that.
Facts. Yeah, that's the shadow government. That's consisted of your original 12 tribes, your original 12 families, which those are all your rich and most powerful white families that we don't see. They live beneath the surface. Because, you know, for every city, there's a city underground. A lot of people don't know that. So even under the ground, because they can't take the sun, they got their own version of the sun underground, too. You know, that's how advanced they get. And, you know, the shadow government has these 12 powerful white families, but they also have the two alien races with them, the Pleiadians and the Reptilians. And these three families together are what's known as the shadow government. We never see these people, but these are the people that's running the planet. The government we see, those just puppets put in place. You know what I'm saying? It's a real spiritual war going on this planet that's been going on, and now all is being revealed, all is coming.
Hold on.
You're still purchasing your lenses from your optometrist?
What are you doing? Come on.
To the light.
So something else you said white people was created in a dish.
You have 1 minute left.
You know what?
You had said white people was created in a dish, like a petri dish or something like that.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was just a scientific experiment by Yaqub. You know, Yaqub was the big head scientist. They mention him a lot in Islam. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad used to mention him a lot too. You know, so but yeah, they were through eugenics, through grafting and cloning, using 4 different animals: the monkey, the snub-nosed monkey, the pig, the lemur, and the dog. You know, which is why in the 60s and the 50s, our ancestors called them pigs. You know, they wasn't being funny, that they really have the same skin that pigs have. And this is not being racist. We just talking science right now. You know, like I said, all white folks ain't bad. But about 99% of them is, but all of them not, just like all black folks ain't good, you know. So I don't say that to put the white race down, but we talking science and we talking true black history and true cosmic facts right now. So
Thank you for using Securus. Goodbye.
Okay, God, yeah. Hey, look, this is my last call too, but I gotta rotate the jack real quick too. You know, they got me in this whole shit. So you know, we only get the phone so long. You know?
I bet. I appreciate you for your time too. I was about to say if you need me to send you something for the calls and shit, just let me know, and I can hit a cash app or something.
No, it's love, God. I'm good. I just appreciate the fact that, you know, you the first Chicago blogger, like I was telling Boulder, like, sit down and really interview me. Everybody else be fucking with me from other places around the country, you know what I'm saying? So just to get a little love back from my hometown, that's good enough for me right now, God. You know, for you to even open up your platform to let me, you know, sit on here and deal with you. Even listen to some of the questions, I'm like, okay, God, I think God really did his research, because I wasn't even expecting you to ask some of these questions, so I actually appreciate the questions you asking, and I respect it, and that you're a real journalist, like you're real, especially sitting to listen to some of the people I did interviews with. I see a difference, so I would definitely respect how you come. You know what I'm saying? Like God really professional, which I knew that anyway, but I could just see the difference in the way you asking the questions. I could tell you actually took the time to go, okay, let me see what's to a little bit other than the bullshit. So I appreciate that, God, for real. That's the honor.
No, for sure. You know, I had to do my research. That's what made me hit you back once cause I really just stumbled across a lot of shit on my own. And then one of your names was the names I remembered. I'm like, man, I think this some dude was talking about. And it just all, it just all lined up. I really had way more questions, but I know you got other stuff to do with your time, so I don't want to overdo it. But hopefully we get another interview in the future and we could cover a lot more topics, man.
No, it's on. Look, we locked in. We locked in, guy. Shit, you family now. We locked in, bro. Like when I touch down, like I say, I'm always fuck with you, bro, because you fuck with me when I was in here. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't. Whenever you want to run it back, it's on you because it's your platform. I mean, I could talk all day to you. You got questions, I got answers. Like, I'm a spiritual guru. That's what I do. So, I'll be honored to come back on the platform. You know what I'm saying? After you drop it, and, see everything with it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't got to worry about that. Like, however you want to run it back, we going to keep running back. You know what I'm saying? I already know my people gonna fuck with it, man. But you having a big fault, they gonna fuck with it. They gonna appreciate it too because you come with like a different flavor. Like, okay, then he ain't just he's still doing the street, but he mixing it up a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause before I got locked up, I was just gonna do a interview with Say Cheese and shit. You know what I'm saying? Say Cheese had just hit me trying to do an interview and I got locked up. But he still be hitting me like, when you touch down. But my thing is, I'ma fuck with a motherfucker who fuck me right out the gate. Like, you the first one to fuck with. So like that lane, like that's what I was thinking. Anyway, like some Say Cheese shit. He started doing Charleston White a lot. Like I fuck with Charleston White too, which he had a little words for bullshit. But I fuck with Charleston White, got his number, we talk all the time. But the reason why that shit was doing that, cause people like that's the era we in right now. Like people still want to hear about the street shit, but everybody want to learn something what's really going on. So why they gonna fuck with it hard, God, because you gonna catch them on guard. Like, damn, he came, well, okay. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because you ain't even get to the other shit. We just stand on this level with it. So that's why I said I definitely appreciate the question and even the fact that you want to bring me back on, because I ain't know you did that much research on. You know what I'm saying? So I respect you even more for that.
Nah, for sure. Next time we hop on this bitch, I want to talk about you had said something about like Moses being a devil. I do want to talk about, like, I seen a news article too. Somebody blamed you for some crazy shit, saying you the reason his son cut his mother head off, call you a cult leader, all type of shit. So yeah.
Yeah, we definitely did cover that because they try to call me a cult leader, but it's only because the crazy thing, I ain't got no cult. I just got a YouTube channel like you got, but it's the fact that I got millions of black people all around the country waking up, God. You know what I'm saying? Like even now, bro, they got me on Supermax, bro. I ain't got no vibe. I'm on Supermax. I'm in Hayes Prison. You can do your research. That's the worst prison in the state of Georgia. Like I'm medium level security, but because of my influence as a teacher, bro, they sent me here. And they won't let me go on population. They like too big and too much influence. So I'm on 20. I've been on 24-hour lockdown, 2.5 years straight, all because I spread truth. They ain't got nobody else in the state of Georgia on 24-hour lockdown unless they kill somebody in the jail. I'm the only one on 24-hour lockdown that ain't kill nobody in jail. I ain't kill no officers. I don't got no violent case, but I'm on 24-hour lockdown. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to get emails from the government, bro. My wife would tell you from the government when I was out there, oh, you don't be silent, we gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? You know how this shit go? I used to, one time, my wife and my kids, we on our way to the West Coast. She on the phone with me right now. And she'll take my oldest daughter on the phone. They'll take, bro, we riding. Motherfucker government trying to run a motherfucker off the road, trying to run us off the road, bro. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Of course, they sent the person to do it. But, bro, that ain't never happened in my life. But now I'm teaching and waking and playing up and teaching real black history. Now I'm on the highway and motherfucking back trucks trying to run a nigga off the road for then an hour straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro, like all type of shit that came with trying to spread this. Even me being locked up, I'm locked up right now, bro. That's why both still stand behind me. And so many people stand behind me because they're like, bro, they locked this nigga up because he's waking up the masses. They don't like that shit, God. And history show that shit. This ain't nothing new. That's why they killed King. That's why they killed Mal. Like, so that's the boat I'm in. That's why I be wanting these type of interviews. So motherfucking hear my side and hear the real side. Cause motherfuckers hear mainstream media, but they ain't hearing us. You know what I'm saying? So when you bringing me on, you opening the voice to that. That's why Bo also said, he's like, man, that's gonna be a good look. You know, he's like, bro, solid. So you'll be able to get a feel for you more than just some of the little articles about you being a cult leader and all that crazy shit. Like, there's none of that shit true though. You know what I'm saying? And that's why so many people still fuck with me and shit grew more than that because they know it. You know what I'm saying? They're like, man, hell no, they just on what they on. Yeah, bro.
I
Yeah,
think
bro. You know how they do it now. We
I
can
think people
spread the
waking
truth,
up
man.
though
They don't like that shit.
from the mainstream media and shit and started to realize it's fake. People still sheep though and fall for anything they read and see on the internet. They really don't even read. But I'm starting to feel like people do realize like mainstream media a lot of times be a hoax.
Nah, fair. Fair. Hello?
So before we close out, is there anything else you want to get off your chest? Any messages, any shout outs, anything you want to let the people know?
I'm about to save you a ton of money on area rugs because this right here is a water.
Man, I just want to say, man, peace to the gods and goddesses of the planet God. Peace, meaning positive energy, always takes elevation, man. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my city, Chicago, man. Shout out to the whole Atlanta, man. Shout out to the whole planet. Definitely the gods and the goddesses, man. Like I say, I don't support no racism. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with nobody biting. My only issue is goes to stand in negative energy or push evil agendas. You know what I'm saying? Whether you be black or white. But I'm definitely here to enlighten. The man's been definitely enlighten us about our true black history because we got a beautiful history. And I just want us to understand where we come from, the greatness we come from. Because our whole life they taught us and told us we wasn't shit. At least I know that's what they taught me growing up. You know what I'm saying? So I want the young guys and goddesses that's growing up under me to know the truth. And they ain't gotta wait till they get 30, 33 like me to find out the truth. You know what I'm saying? I want to know that shit the earlier the better. You know what I'm saying? To the trenches, shout out to the trenches because I come from them. You know what I'm saying? I just want y'all to know I don't judge. I like understand why niggas out there with the blinks and the 30s and hurt each other. It's a lot of pain, it's a lot of hurt. A motherfucker be lost all the same way, so I never judge you. But I just want you to know who the real enemy is. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no BD. If you a GD, it ain't no BD. If you a BD, it ain't no GD. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no Stone, it ain't no Vice Lord, man. It ain't none of them. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't none of them kill more. I know we get mad about our homies getting killed, but ain't none of them kill more of our people than the police. Ain't nobody stole more from us than the government. Ain't nobody lied to us more than the government, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to say before we get off there, man. And shout out to you, 16, for opening up your platform and giving me a space, you know, to let my voice be heard and to talk to the city of Chicago and talk to the planet as a whole in general, man. But like I say, you a real one, bro. So I'm definitely gonna fuck with you. We locked in, man. And all my people that's in the university that support Rashad Jamal, man. Y'all support Rashad Jamal. Y'all gonna support my brother, man. 16, shout out, man. He a real one, man. And I'm believing with that, man, until we meet again. And I'll be home soon, man. Free to God. God is free, man. For real.
Appreciate you for getting up with me again, man. Bro, man. If you need anything, you need any messages put out there, anything like that, feel free to hit me.